This video is brought to you by...
Man, we ain't hard to find, man. We downtown Baltimore, man. The heart of downtown, man. 215 West Saratoga Street, man. Come on through, man. Show some love, man. Yeah, you can't miss us. We out on the block with it. We right between Park Avenue and Howard Street, man. Come on through. Until you out of towners, man, you want to get with us, man. Come on through. Put this cool green on. Let everybody know, man, y'all with the city, man, that y'all riding with us, man, that y'all for us, man. Y'all support what we got going on down here, man. Because this right here, man, it's going worldwide, and it's coming straight out of Baltimore, and it's going to be bigger than Ralph Lauren real soon, man. It's coming straight out the city, man, and it's this what it is. And once you put it on, you're going to see what I'm talking about, man. This the real deal. Come on down, man. If you can't come through and shop with us online. Go online right now, man. CoolGreenClothing.com and shop with us, man.
What is going on, YouTube fam? This your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For all the day one fam, welcome back. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. Y'all already know it's all love. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Let's get right into the story. We all know being a parent is hard work. From the time you bring a child in this world, everything changes. You have to think different, move different, because now you are not just responsible for yourself, but another person as well. It's a beautiful thing and can be fun. But as they start to get older, most parents try to instill certain morals and values in their kids that can go with them through life to help build character. But raising kids is definitely a challenge. You got the rebellious years, where a child might just buck the whole system and feel as though they will do whatever they want and don't need any advice from you as the adult. And that's coming from someone you brought in this world, clothed, fed. So by this point, some parents just give up. But some keep pushing the structure and discipline, which even though a teenager might not want to hear, it is needed for their life. On the flip side to this is being a step parent. When a man or a woman meets someone already with kids and steps up to take on that role of father or mother figure. Now it really gets tricky. Depending on at what point of that child's life you come into the picture. Some kids respect this as the person they parent decided to be with, but some feel like that's not my biological parent, so they shouldn't tell me anything, or the relationship is just not there. And that could cause real issues and sometimes even be deadly. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we will be discussing the case of a young man who allegedly admitted to a hit on his stepfather, but before he got his time, he was also found gone in a jail cell. According to sources, back in 2021, a young man named Cortez Johnson was just 20 years old and trying to navigate life in Baltimore. The young man had a stepfather, 38-year-old Ivan Green. Most say Ivan was a great father to his 3 own kids and a good stepfather to his stepkids. But that's where the line blurs between him and Cortez. Somewhere in the mix, things got shaky, and the young man made a decision that would shake up the lives of everyone around him. On April 17th, 2021, BPD received a call from a young man who stated he just hit someone and that he was on the MTA and left the location. Police, not knowing if the call was real or not, tracked down the bus. They ended up on the 200 block of North Hilton Street, and after telling the driver to stop, BPD approached the bus. A young man walked towards officers with his arms out in front of him with a calm demeanor and stated, "Cuff me." Y'all already know. The man was placed under arrest, but he advised police to go retrieve the victim's body. And about 8 o'clock p.m., they responded to a house in the 1900 block of Bradish Avenue. Once they entered the home, they found the man laying in the kitchen, unresponsive, with a gunshot wound. Paramedics would come, but it would be too late. The man was pronounced gone at the scene. He was later identified as 38-year-old Ivan Green and Cortez's stepfather. Back at the station, Cortez cooperated and waived his Miranda rights. During questioning, he admitted to shooting his stepfather for reasons unknown, but the confession was enough to charge him with first-degree murder and handgun violations. He was transferred to central bookings to await trial. As time went on, Cortez never denied the situation at all, so the case seemed to be pretty open and shut. His defense attorneys tried to work with the state to get him the best deal possible under the circumstances. The deal was Cortez was to plead guilty to avoid a life sentence and cop out to 50 years in prison on murder charges and handgun violations. After him and his attorney decided to opt out of a jury trial, the talks were in motion if the state would accept the plea or not, and the young man was set to go back to court on November 21st of this year, but he would never make it. We all know, no matter what jail you are at, certain things take place, from violence, politics, to people trying to get things in the facility to make a couple dollars or just escape the messed up reality they are locked up. And at central bookings in Baltimore City is no different from anywhere else. Cortez, now 21 years old, was going to be transferred from the jail in just a few weeks after his plea was accepted by the state. He was just waiting to go for sentencing. But earlier this month, according to the Department of Public Safety and Correctional Services, at about 7 o'clock in the morning, Cortez was found unresponsive in his jail cell. As COs tried to check on the young man, medics were eventually called to the cell, where they tried to resuscitate the young man, but their efforts failed. And at just 21 years old, he was pronounced gone. The jail started an investigation and saw it wasn't no sign of trauma or foul play, allegedly. The next day, 3 more inmates suffered from overdoses, so the jail assumed some bad product got through, and they ruled Cortez an overdose as well. At this time, other inmates had also lost their life at the jail this year. Rest in peace to Ivan and Cortez. I send my deepest prayers and condolences to both families. I don't know what their beef was about or why Cortez felt like he had to do what he had to do. The young man never stated that. And as far as the jail ruling his death an overdose, well, we all know how that goes. But if that is the case, more of this story, for every action is a reaction and chain of events. I'm sure if Cortez could have rewinded time and not pulled that trigger, he would have. Because that decision eventually led to him losing his life as well. If he was still in the streets or just got away from his stepfather because he was 20 years old, he could have went out on his own, they would both still be living. That's the messed up thing about emotional decisions. They can change the course of everybody's life in a blink of an eye. But hey, that's the Baltimore way. Man, it's a crazy story, man. I send my prayers and condolences to Ivan's family and Cortez's family. You know, at the end of the day, Shorty was 20 years old. And the way they trying to say he did the situation, you feel me? He say he did it. He called police. You know, he ain't denied. It's like, I don't know what transpired to make him just be like, okay, I'm going to do this and turn myself in. So it might be a lot deeper than we can ever imagine. He never stated why he did it. He just said he did it. Now they trying to say Shorty OD'd. They trying to say a bad batch got into central bookings. They saying like 4 people OD'd, but Shorty passed away. I think the other 3 straight. A man was found in his cell earlier this year. They trying to say that somebody did something to him. You know, he also passed away. But y'all know how it be in them jails, man. When you get locked up, you know, anything goes. You ain't safe. Them COs trying to make it home. They not worrying about what's going on in that, man. That's just the culture. It is what it is at that point. You feel me? But yeah, I appreciate you if you made it to the end. This is another episode of the Baltimore Way. Y'all already know it's all love, fam. Leave it in the comments. Remember to be respectful. This your boy Tony 2 times. I'm out.